Hi, my name's Laura, President of the U.S. market for Adaptive U.S. If you're watching this, it's a pretty good chance that you're an individual that's either straight out of college or maybe you've been in the world of change in the roles of things like support or QA, quality assurance, or maybe project management, or maybe you've been in the business and you're looking to move into the business analysis career field. Maybe to help you facilitate your movement into that, you've taken some classes, you've posted your resume out there with the wording and with what you feel like is the right message, particularly based on things that you've learned, classes you've taken, things like that. And you just can't seem to get an opportunity at the role that you are so hopeful to move into. Maybe you have gotten into the process of submitting applications. Maybe you've put your resume out there. You have actually applied for roles that you feel match who you are and what your skills are, but you can't get to the short list. You can't get the call back. You can't get that first interview. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do get that interview and you can't seem to cross that barrier of saying the right things, being enough, having enough experience in general to be given the opportunity to be a business analyst. You know, it's like, it's the cart and the horse thing. It's where they want you to have experience, but you need the opportunity for the job to get the experience, right? So it's extremely frustrating being rejected after you've had a chance and you make that connection and you feel like it went well, but you just can't seem to get to that next step. Maybe your organization is getting serious about doing change the right way, the best way they can, and they're beginning to implement the business analysis skill set. Or maybe they have a business analyst team and they have a new position open and you're so excited because as an employee, maybe you'll get that shot, right? Because they know you, you're reliable, they trust you, but you're overlooked. And it's maybe sometimes you're even told, you know what, I didn't even think of you. Not that that's very helpful. So you feel like no matter what you do, I'm taking the right classes, I'm learning the language, I'm passionate about it, I want to make a difference, I want to help change our environment for the better, right? But you just can't seem to get into that opportunity. You can't seem to snag that role, and you're not given the chance to be a change enabler. It's extremely frustrating. And it can be really discouraging. And if any of these scenarios, if you can relate to them, then this webinar series is for you. This webinar series is all about helping you land that dream job of enabling change and making a better world for business environments. My name is Laura McCoy, and in this series, myself and my colleague Ellen Mishra will be sharing with you some information on how you can go about landing that dream job. Myself, I have over 20 years of experience performing the actual function. I was one of the first in the first 1,000 people certified in the world. And I'm extremely passionate about this role and the value it can provide. I volunteer with the International Institute of Business Analysis, which defines globally the best practices for business analysis. And it's an amazing network of people, and they've built this program of certification that's tiered, and it helps provide you an opportunity to break into that world of business analysis. And I've been a hiring manager, so I have some perspective of an individual who has built multiple business analysis teams. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I look for and how you can set yourself apart to get that chance. So by the end of this webinar series, I'm hoping that you will come away with some ideas about how to stand apart from your peers, how to set yourself apart in the crowd, in ways that will impress those people that you're asking to take a chance on you and give you an opportunity to do something that maybe you don't have much experience, if any, but you just know that you're going to be able to make a difference. I'm going to talk to you. Hopefully you'll find, you will learn why this helps you. Some of the things that we're going to talk about qualify you for that really awesome BA job. Even entry-level BA work is awesome, right? Because it's that first step towards enabling true change and enabling a better environment for people to work in. And when you do these things and some of the things that we're going to share with you, it will build your confidence. So ideally, you'll take away from this ways that you can go about doing these things. So it's a 3-part series. Now, the first part is this, and this is where we will talk about what do employers look for in candidates for performing business analysis or enabling change. And it's not about the title. We're called many things. We hold many different titles, but it's the function of business analysis. So we're going to talk about what do employers look for in that. The second part, Ellen will share with you one of the best courses of action to get that edge and to be seen with more promise and to get a better opportunity for landing those really awesome jobs. And then the last part, we're going to talk about ECBA and how you can do that in 6 weeks or less. Sometimes a little more, but you can do it in as little as 6 weeks. So we're going to get into that a little bit. So first part, what do we look for? What do we look for in business analysts? So ideally, when someone comes to me, they've at least, if you want the job, hopefully you've done a little bit of homework on what exactly that means. And so I'm looking for someone who understands the BA process. And you don't have to be an expert at it. You don't even have to have much experience. I've hired people with no experience in this world, but it's about just understanding the process of business analysis. And you don't even have to call it the same thing. I'll tell you one of the things. Now, mind you, I'd been doing business analysis for a while before I found IBA and certification, but I called the world of change, everything about it. I use different words. And so what's nice is having someone that uses that common terminology. If you can speak someone else's language, then you're going to build trust a lot quicker. So I look for people who have an understanding of at least the concept and the movement of business analysis. And ideally, you have some level of exposure, ideally experience, but doesn't have to be, to business analysis tools. Now that can be as simple as Word and Excel and Visio. What's really cool is if someone has done their homework and researched and maybe even played around with some true BA tools, like some requirements management tools, modeling tools, things like that. And all other things equal. If I've got 2 people in front of me and they both have similar backgrounds, they both have, great education, they have some training, they've had some business experience, all of the things being equal, if I have an individual in front of me that's certified, that increases their credibility immediately, right? So why? Why does a certification or credentials, why does that impress me? So when I engage with business analysts and I coach them, or I'm trying to help them get certified, they often tell me how difficult it is to break into that world. That's some of the first conversations I have with people that are trying to break into the world of business analysis. And so the entry-level jobs, there are a lot more people vying for those roles. When you go in for those entry-level roles, it can be more difficult to set yourself apart. And so one of the things that is necessary is for you to be different, for you to break that cycle of the same thing that those hiring managers see all the time. And certification can help you do that. It immediately provides an awareness of credibility, right? And so because of this, and because you've shown perseverance and you've shown dedication to self-improvement, and you've shown dedication to this discipline and what it can do for organizations, certification is impressive. So because of that, it increases your opportunities to find employment that can appreciate that. Even if an employer isn't aware of the certification, when you put those initials next to your name, they're going to ask you about it. And when they ask you about it and you talk very briefly about what that means, they're going to immediately have an impression that you are credible and you are dedicated and things like that. So it's very, very important. Now, when you do that and you've gone through the test and you've done that work and you learn the vocabulary, you understand the cycle, and you can relate to that a lot better, and you're able to put those initials at the end of your name, it's going to build confidence in you. Because when you go through those kind of exam processes and you gain certification, and you have an international body vouching for you in a way, you're gonna have higher confidence, and confidence is palpable. When I'm interviewing someone, the more they believe in themselves, the more I believe in them, right? So when you do that and you go into that, and you're going to have greater confidence in that communication, that interaction, the interview process. You're going to have higher confidence when you do the work, and the right level of confidence instills trust and credibility and things like that. So it gives you certification gives you a solid foundation on which you can build by layering your experience on top of that. So, and this isn't just something that we believe. There are statistics that show how certification can impact an individual in the professional world. So certification processes aren't fun, right? No testing is. And this is no exception. It's not a simple exam process. So some people hesitate. I mean, I just had a phone call today where she was like, should I really? And so let's talk about what happens if you don't commit to yourself and commit to your future in the realm of self-improvement and certification and things like that. So if you don't take action, and if you don't break that cycle of, the chicken and egg, or the cart and the horse, things like that, then it can take longer, right? The sooner you can differentiate yourself, the more quickly people will consider, and they won't want to lose you as a potential employee. There are statistics behind certified versus non-certified individuals in almost every function, but specifically IIBA does salary surveys every year, and they show that certification recipients increase their income opportunities pretty decently. And the other thing is, when you are making, when you're being valued better for your work, or when you're getting those jobs that you're looking for, you're getting offers, you're feeling, you're not having as much rejection, then your health's going to improve, and you're going to be more confident, and you're going to be more excited, and your passion won't wane. So don't undervalue yourself. Not skilling yourself right is not doing you. It's doing you a disservice. So this is more about you, and it's about your future, and it's about the bigger picture, right? So think about what you want to get at the end of your career. And I would expect that certification is going to help you get there faster, and it's going to help you be more confident and feel more fulfilled in the execution of that and in your career path. So the next part of this, Ellen is going to share with you some details about the best course of action to increase your potential and to be more competitive and to land that job or that career step that you deserve. Thank you.